Street and stimulus. You're getting a $14 stimulus check as early as Friday. Your $14 third stimulus check bill was passed by the Senate on Saturday and will be passed by the House on Tuesday. The president will sign it into law on Tuesday, and stimulus checks will arrive in people's bank accounts as early as the end of this week. But how about forced stimulus? This is Street and Stimulus, in which I show you how Wall Street gauges stimulus and how stimulus is gauged by Wall Street. Last Friday, we saw unemployment numbers and we saw new job creation numbers. We also heard words from the Federal Reserve. All those impacted how many more stimulus packages we will see in the year 2021. The net result was we're far from out of this pandemic. While the president may be talking about vaccination of the entire country by the end of May, that doesn't mean that stimulus relief will end in May. So when will it? I go over all those incredible details as Street and Stimulus kicks underway on Afternoons Lalate. Good afternoon, it's Street and Stimulus, and this is Afternoons Lalate. If you've not subscribed to this channel, today is the day to subscribe, because next week is going to be a volatile week in which Wall Street's trying to gauge where and when stimulus is going forward. Wall Street's battling with a series of different economic factors, and those economic factors are the Treasury yields, the 10-year Treasury bond, securities, labor numbers, and other economic data. Now, if you're a longtime viewer of this channel, you know that the determining factor for fourth, fifth, and sixth stimulus is one item: labor, unemployment, jobs, job creation, lack of jobs. That determines how many stimulus packages and when the stimulus packages occur. Now, certainly along the way, you will hear other things from other people. There were some concerns at some point that the president may think that stimulus is tied just to vaccination numbers. But we don't have to be worried about that, because his Treasury Secretary, Janet Yellen, made it very clear that until people are back to full employment across the United States, stimulus will not stop. The full vaccination of the country will be in May, 2 months earlier. And now, because of that, the country will be reopening in May, not in July. That means that the reopening package, or the forced stimulus package called the Recovery Act, will be in May. It will be by reconciliation. It takes 2 months. Well, guess what 2 months before May is? Now. They got to start working on it right now. That's forced stimulus. But how about fifth stimulus? Just a few weeks ago, we might have said, I don't know if there's fifth stimulus. I don't know if there's sixth stimulus. By all indication, now that we're in the month of March, we're definitely, positively going to have fifth stimulus, at least, if not sixth stimulus, this year. Also by reconciliation. Why? It concerns labor numbers. You have two sets of labor numbers to look at. Jobless claims every week shortly before sunrise on Thursday morning, and the monthly job creation numbers. The job creation numbers were released last Friday. They're for the month of February. And what did they show us? They were better than expected. Good. They showed unemployment improved slightly, half a quarter percent. Good. Not a lot, less than a quarter percent. But what did it show where we are compared to a year ago? We are very, very far away. We're missing 8 million jobs in this economy that was available last year. 8 million jobs have not been restored. This, of course, on top of 500,000 businesses of the show that have closed. So If we added 379,000 jobs in the month of February, beating estimates of 250, then what? Let's assume 500,000 jobs are created this month. Let's assume the number improves as hospitality and travel picks up. Then 16 months. 16 months until you get 8 million jobs restored in this economy. Let's cut it in half. 8 months. Well, any way you cut it, you won't see full reemployment of this population of this country until at least early next year. And with that, that means there will be a fifth stimulus package. And as you know how politics now works, the president can do as many reconciliation packages he wants this year, as many as he wants, and he'll do the fourth stimulus package by reconciliation and certainly the fifth. And who's in the room? There's David, and there's Sandy, and there's Lisa, and there's Lynn, and there's Team Angel, there's Julie, and there's another Lisa, and there's Sonia, and Myra, and Terry, and Julie. How are you? And there's Lisa and Linda, and Jared as well. What is Wall Street else looking at? Well, Wall Street's dealing with other economic factors that don't directly implicate your stimulus. But every time that they are, how would you say, jittery, they impact stimulus. What are they? First, the 10-year Treasury bond. It was 1% in the month of January. Last 2 weeks ago, it went to 1.5 in 7 days. Can you imagine? That's just a little too quick. Last week, it went to 1.615 when the Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell spoke about growing inflation. It then settled down. It's currently 1.5 going into Monday. That's a good number. Now, why am I bringing it up? Because if the number goes too high, too fast, this causes a lot of economic instability. Fears of inflation, fears of price escalation, fears that people won't have money to pay for more expensive goods, milk and eggs in this economy as they're still unemployed. It causes confusion. You want to see the 10-year Treasury bond relatively calm, not moving too much. You don't want it shifting around too much. When it shifts too high, economic uncertainty and stocks collapse. Ironically, on the news that the third stimulus package was passed by the Senate on Saturday, Wall Street's loving it. The Dow futures are up 624 points this Sunday afternoon. That's 2%. The NASDAQ futures are up 197 points, up 1.5%. This is causing most companies to be up about $1 to $5. Tech is up about $1 to $5. Apple up 1, Microsoft 5, Walmart up $1. And then there's the other players. Tesla is taking a bath. And Tesla could be the real dog of 2021. Tesla started January at $830. It's now at $597. It's down $24 again in after-hours trading. It was down $40 on Friday. How bad could this get? Its last resistance level, which if you're watching the chart, it's where it last had a resistance level, is 407. From November 1st, if it gets near that resistance level, you could see the floor opening up underneath it. The excitement's happening. There's Dennis, and there's Crayola King, and there's Janice, there's Lisa, and there's Marie. Maine loves Lalate. I love Maine as well. This is Street and Stimulus. What does the Street tell us? It tells us that as long as you see those Thursday jobless numbers of 790 new jobless claims a week, it means there's 700,000 new people unemployed. New that week. If you see long-term unemployment numbers still 4 million a week, 4 million every Thursday, it means there's still 4 million long-term unemployed people. Over 6 months have been unemployed. If you see unemployed total numbers, total unemployed people at 18 million, it shows that there's still 18 million people unemployed. If you see that there's only 300,000 jobs created in a month and there's 18 million people unemployed, you can do the math. That's not enough jobs for the number of people unemployed. Need more stimulus. Now, the president's talking about a job creation bill. I haven't seen it. I know nothing about it. I don't know how it'll generate jobs. But he has a lot of jobs to create. And the way you create jobs is you create stimulus. And you generate stimulus. And we're at the top of the hour. I'm really excited for you. This was the quick recording, Street and Stimulus. We're going into the final hour. 2 more shows. The big update from Wall Street. The big update from Congress. Your $14 stimulus check. When are you going to get it? All the details. What's in the stimulus package. The 4 reoccurring stimulus checks under the 4th stimulus package. The push for SSI and SSDI. That huge, massive recording is coming up in 5 minutes. I don't want you to miss it. And then we're into purple. And 30 minutes after that, 2 more shows to wrap up the day. I hope you're with me. I can't wait to see you. They're coming up right now on Afternoons Lalate.